It was a big decision, but I felt like it was time, and I know that going back to the Olympics was an easy feat for me. I've been there before, I've done it before, and I don't really see any competition in the amateurs. Even now, I still keep up with the girls. They just fought at the Stranja tournament. Where were they at? Up in Bulgaria, and I watched their fights there, and none of the girls at 165 can do anything with me. So I want to do something that will continue forever. And it seems like as you're an amateur, you don't really get the respect that you should get as being a woman boxer. So if I go pro and I do it and I fight on TV and I look great and I outbox the men on the card, then we have some legacy going and we can kind of make women's boxing stick instead of just sticking around for maybe 5 years or 2 years. You know what I mean?
What does it mean to you to have this fight coming up and be here in Detroit, in Michigan?
I haven't fought near home in a lot of years. So to have the fight here in Detroit and also be in the main event, it feels great to have my city coming out and to have Detroit and Pontiac and Lansing and everybody coming out to the fight. It's a big deal, I kind of like to do like a time frame in my head. So I was thinking Showtime main event, end of the year. That's how I was thinking. I wasn't thinking my second fight, and especially for a belt. When they called me and I got the phone call, I was kind of running around my house, jumping up and down the stairs, doing some extra push-ups, kind of going crazy a little bit to get all the jitters out. But now it's been a few weeks and I'm just calm and ready to fight.
Is the physical or the mental the hardest?
For me, it's the mental. I think the mental thing is one of my strongest assets. I fought with food poisoning before. I wasn't able to eat for 3 or 4 days, and I still came out on top and won the tournament. And I didn't have everything physical with me. It was my mind. So everything physical was just there, as you guys can see. I'm only 164 pounds right now. The fight is in 10 days. I'm going to make weight great. I'm probably going to come in under, sadly. But I'm not starving to make weight. I'm eating just fine. I'm working out. I'm sparring. I feel great. So.
Talk about the differences between a camp and professional, and then when you're an amateur. What's the biggest difference on how you run a camp up to a fight?
Well, it's not really a big difference for me right now yet because I'm only going from 4 rounds to 6. And I fought 4 2-minute rounds during the Olympics. And I used to spar 6 2-minute rounds anyway. So it's not really anything different except for me training back with my former coach, Jason Crutchfield. With me and him training back together, it's more of the technique and the basics and really placing your shots and being more of a thinker. In the amateurs, you have to kind of hustle all 4 rounds. But in pros, you get to kind of take your time a little bit, laying your shots. And then in pros, we don't have on the headgear and we have on smaller gloves. So you have to place your shots, but you also have to be aware of the shots coming back at you. And it's not so much as that in the amateurs.
What is it? Why did you want to go back with Jason, and what does he bring to you, or what does he mean to you?
I mean, come on now. Without the first Olympic gold medal, there wouldn't be a second one. That's what it means. I mean, he trained me since I was 11 years old. I was this tall. I was skinnier. That's where the name T-Rex came from because I had very short arms, but I was tall and skinny, and I was aggressive. He knows my weaknesses. He knows my strong points, and he knows that I want to not work on my strong points and work on my weaknesses so I can be a complete fighter. So he understands that. And with this being a professional, a lot of things can happen. I mean, I can get knocked down. I can get knocked out. I can get stunned, all types of things, but I feel like he knows what to say to pull that extra dog out of me. And I don't know if you guys know how much dog I really have in me, but I'm not scared of anybody, and he knows that. And I'm a boxer, but I can brawl just as good, and he's the one that can pull it out of me. And if we're going to go, and if I'm going to be the best in the world best in the world as a female boxer, I need him in my corner.
Claressa,